Hi, this is Karen Fabian, founder of Bare Bones Yoga. I was giving a wellness presentation the other day at a local business, and I got some questions about wrist pain. Wrists are a tender part of the body, and in a yoga practice they're used a lot to balance the body, to support the body when doing any posture where we're close to the floor. Downward dog, for instance, is a pose that presents itself in a yoga practice a lot. And so not only do the hands support the body in yoga, but supporting the body with the hands is also a great way to build strength and to stretch the muscles in the hands. But as you are getting into developing a yoga practice and or you're working with some wrist discomfort, it can be challenging. So I thought I would show you some different postures that you can do to strengthen your wrists and to stretch the muscles of the hands and the wrists. So one of the easiest things you can do, and you can do this at any time, no matter where, is interlace your fingers and press your hands forward and then reach them up and then release them. And if you actually sit as I'm sitting now, except tucking the toes, this is also a great way to stretch out the bottoms of your feet. A lot of people run and they tend to get what's called plantar fasciitis, which is an inflammation of this band of tissue at the base of the foot, and it's very uncomfortable. But even if you don't do that, if you work on your feet a lot, it can really get uncomfortable at the soles of the feet. So tucking your toes under, sitting on your heels, interlacing your fingers, pressing them forward. Take a breath in, reach up, and then exhale, release. And then interlace behind the back, so you would have the fingers positioned like this. And take a few rolls of the head around in one direction and then around in the other. And this will begin to stretch out not only the soles of the feet but the hands. So again, interlace, inhale up and release. Do that a couple times. And then interlace behind and roll the head to relax the neck. And do it in both directions. Another great pose to stretch out is to use the same interlacing but a different leg position. Bringing the feet wider than hip distance apart to a straddle leg position, making sure the feet point forward or a little bit in, interlacing the fingers again behind the back, and leaning backwards, take a breath in, and then bowing forward, bending the knees, and taking the arms up and over the head. Now in this position, you'll notice that I'm pressing into the outer edges of the feet, lifting the inner arches of the feet. And this will help also stretch out the bottoms of the feet. So again, interlace and bow forward. If it's tight in the shoulders and you find as you bow forward, your arms get kind of stuck, take a strap or a bath towel and place it between your hands and give your arms some distance. And that way, as you bow forward, you'll be able to lift the arms away from the body. And also remember, in any forward bend, to make room to bow forward, usually the hamstrings are tight, bend your knees. So you'll notice as I went forward, my knees bent like this. Another pose to do, which may sound a little strange but is a great stretch for the wrists, is to actually stand on your palms. So coming down, bending your knees, sliding the hands underneath the feet, and pressing into your hands. And if that is way too uncomfortable, you can come down to your knees and you can do it just by placing the hands on the mat and not stepping on them and turning them in different directions and using your body weight to begin to stretch out your wrists. A pose like downward facing dog, where you're spreading your fingers and pushing into the ground to lift up, is also a great way to stretch out the hands. You'll notice in downward dog, even though the hands are a support, the weight of the body is going back. So your hands don't take all the weight of the pose, but they still get a really good stretch. You're pushing your weight
back into your legs, but at the same time, you're stretching all of the muscles of the hand and the wrist, the palms, the forearms, front and back. So those are some things you can do. I would generally say interlacing the fingers is something you should be doing a lot. And that there are also squishy balls you can buy, which you can use to strengthen the hands. And you can do that at any time, at home, watching television, just squeezing and strengthening the hands as well. I hope you find that helpful. If you have any questions, please email me. My website is barebonesyoga.com. Namaste.